Hello friends, it is Jenny with Gardening with Creekside. A very happy good morning to you. It is a very cold and brisky Saturday morning here in North Carolina. Nothing but Carolina blue skies. The wind is whipping and it is cold. So if I look like a little marshmallow person, it's because I have on about 10 layers. I absolutely love the cold. I don't like to be cold. Hence why I have on a lot of clothes. But you didn't need to know that, but I'm telling you anyway. What we're going to do today is I want to show you a couple of things. We got in a unique stone order this week, and I cannot wait to show you what we got. And then, of course, a greenhouse update. And I thought it would be fun to show you how I use unique stone in our landscape. Again, it's a Saturday, so there could be a whole lot more information that I'm going to share with you and events. As always, we never know where the day is going to go. But as you know, when we get a unique stone order, with the gorgeous pieces also comes the fantastic load of burlap bags. When Unique Stone packages their stone pieces, they use recycled burlap bags that hold coffee beans. So we give these away to people because, one, they're fun for craft supplies, but they also make fantastic frost protection for the springtime. Now, of course, in the fall, we don't worry about frost protection because this is a natural thing. Like we want the frost to come. The plants know what to do. The only thing you need to be worried about as far as protecting plants is if you have plants that are tender and you want to bring them indoors to be house plants. Those are the only plants you need to worry about. If you have new trees and shrubs, as a general rule, they know exactly what to do and how to respond to a frost. You don't have to worry about it. What we use the burlap bags for is in the springtime when we have already had that false spring and the hydrangeas have started to bud out and certain other plants have started to put leaves on, and then you get a late frost or freeze. We do cover those plants so that we can get our blooms and keep the foliage protected for the spring and the summer. So fall, don't worry about a frost. Spring, more concerned. Now, let's talk about the greenhouse. But it is, like I said, a beautiful Carolina blue sky day. So we're going to be having a very bright sky. As you can see, it may not look like a whole lot has changed with the greenhouse. The guys were able to get some of the framing done. We did have a day on Thursday of just cold rain, so they weren't able to work very much. But they did yesterday get the framing, so you can see those vertical bars that will be in between here. So that's how big the door is going to be. So let's see if I can show you this. There's a lot of bars here. So between those bars is where the door is. And then if you notice up top, they started to get those beams running across that connect the trusses, and that is what the roof will rest on. So maybe not a whole lot of changes that are really kind of visible, but Roger did tell us that he is planning on finishing next week. He said even if they have to stay later in the weekend and so forth and so on, that they're going to go ahead and get it done this coming week. So a week from today, it should look like, outside wise, like a finished greenhouse. And then Jerry had met with the concrete guys this morning. So the concrete guys will be here meeting with the greenhouse guys to make sure that they're all on the same page and know how everything is going to work out. So when the greenhouse meets the concrete, it all lines up nice and flush. So that is fantastic. Now what we are doing is we are over here underneath the pines, and we are going to show you, I'm going to show you some of the fantastic pieces we got from Unique Stone, because I think it's always fun to see these pieces in person or on video as opposed to maybe just a computer screen or a catalog, because as we know, a lot of things look different in person, and as far as Unique Stone goes, they always look better in person. So it's fun to show you. Now So I'm just going to go through and just kind of flip the camera around and just show you. I don't remember all the exact names, and half the order is already sold, like they were pre-orders, special orders for our customers, but we do have a good number of pieces available. As always, if you want some unique stone, you can always shoot us an email and we'll give you a quote. The next order will be arriving in April, so I have till the end of February to add to that order. So here we go. Okie dokie. Now, this is a massive, beautiful planter, perfect square. It is going into a commercial property. We're going to plant a hydrangea tree form in it. I do remember this is called the dory urn. Yeah, urn or planter, but dory, D-O-R-I, like, you know, just keep swimming, that kind of dory. So there we go. Then we have a couple of different pedestals that are just really, really pretty. This fun thing is the Galloway urn base, and then back here in the back is the top of it. This is a really nice, stately piece. Of course, all unique stone comes with drainage holes, so you don't need to worry about you know, the drainage on your unique stone. Benches. This is the first time we got some benches. The reason that it's not together is because the two pedestals are not level, and of course we don't want to hurt the top. This is the short estate bench, I believe. Beautiful. And then of course we've got Charleston basket boys. This is the spring nymph bird bath. We have the Charleston basket boy, the Charleston bird bath right there, all extremely popular. If you see the little green tape on it, that means that it is pre-sold. Yeah, so then we've got some beautiful troughs here, really nice, love those. I'm all of a sudden very much into troughs. I think it's just a fun, unique way to do some different stuff. What I really love, now this, if it doesn't have the green tag on it, it is available for sale. This is the rectangular hummingbird planter. But look at that, isn't that beautiful? So it's in ancient age, and then over here is the aged stone. So the exact same piece, just a different finish. And also the same idea, the hummingbird, but this is the square planter. So again, the ancient age, and then over here I have it in aged stone. These are some fun troughs. And Anthemian, I don't remember how it is. This is, I think, the dark walnut and then the aged stone. What I'm so super excited about is, look at this cute little guy, y'all. This is called a toadstool, and it really is a stool, like it's meant to be. It's underneath actually the bench category for unique stone, but it is so stinking cute. And I will say it fits your hiney very nicely. Can you see that leaf imprint in there? And then on the base, there's all sorts of fun little details. Like there's a little frog, there's flowers, there's two more little mushrooms, all sorts of fun stuff. Super, super cute. Let's see, try not to shake it too much here. Then we have the estate pineapples right here. Really cute. I love them. They're a little fat and squatty. If you don't know, pineapples are a sign of hospitality in the South. So hence why we love our pineapples. And then of course the little garden gnomes. Remember last time we got these and we had like a little bit of a bidding war. Not really a bidding war, but a war on the gnomes. So look how cute. I mean, to me, he's not freaky. Some garden gnomes can be a little strange. I think he's just cute. I think he has a lot of sweet personality. And then in the back, we have the Ashley River Angel. So this is one of those great examples of a historic replica. So the Ashley River is in Charleston, South Carolina. And evidently during the Civil War, when the Union Army came through, there was this sweet little statue in one of the houses, and the Union soldiers threw it into the Ashley River. And then it was found, I don't remember the exact date, in the relative present future, time. It was found and brought out, and she had one of her arms, as you can see right here, was broken off. So Unique Stone did a replica of her and decided not to put her back to her exact original state, but to leave her with her arm broken. So that is the Ashley River Angel and has her wings in the back. So there you go. So she is for sale. And then we have some more of the Charleston boys. They're always very, very popular. And then the chickens. Look at this. We have a whole little flock of cute chickens. So the big guys, of course, are the roosters. And then the sweet little Miss Prissies. The Miss Prissy is the sweet chicken. One is looking away from us, and one is looking at us. Yes. And then, not to make you any dizzier, I'm always afraid I'm making you dizzy doing these things, we have our cute little shroomies. They're sold as a set. So there's those 3 shroomies. Then, of course, the sassy frogs. Gotta love the sassy frogs. And then we have a bird bath. This is the palmetto bird bath, is right there. And then another urn off to the side. So those are the Unique Stone pieces that have come in, and that we have one available for sale and for local pickup. Let's see. The only one we didn't show quite all of them that we had for on special order. So if you have a special order and you didn't see it, don't freak out, because we kept those kind of, in a separate place. But what I thought it would be fun is to go show you over at the house, give you kind of a little bit of a tour to show you how you can incorporate these into your yard, into your landscape, and to see what kind of value they will bring. So I think we're going to head over there. Maybe I'll find Jerry along the way and stop and chat with him. We'll see. Look who I found. He's over here at the greenhouse, and I probably need to switch places with you.
Yes.
He is not mic'd up, so he's going to have to use my mic. Here he is. All right, so how did it go with the concrete guys, and what did y'all decide?
Went good. They're going to come back next week when the greenhouse folks get here, so they're going to get their transit back out and determine exactly where they need to put their bottom pieces. Because we're on a pad that is not quite level, which I knew we had to add a lot to it. Just didn't know how much more we needed to add. And then compared, because we want the concrete to be able to slope a little bit to be able to shed the water from inside the greenhouse. So that's what we're after.
So that's what we're after. And then, so I also noticed behind us that you decided to put the back door on this side.
Yeah, the back door is going right there.
Back door is going right there. And then, do we know? Let's flip. Here we go. Oh, okay. So it's not going to be in the center of the wall. It'll be off to the side.
Yeah, that's going to open inside.
So, all right, come back closer to me. All right, so is this going to be a sliding door or a swinging door?
Swing door. It swings into the room.
Oh, so it's not a slider.
No.
Oh, okay. So that makes a whole lot of more sense now. So it'll open up into the building that holds all the fertigation and the irrigation and all that other stuff.
Power.
And the power. Kind of important.
Yep.
So then we're going to have the building attached to the greenhouse, correct?
Yeah, I haven't figured that out.
So are we going to have a concrete floor in the building? We haven't figured that out yet. It would be nice.
I think once we get all the plumbing, the electrical, everything's in here, then we can determine to go ahead and do that, or we just put in conduit prior to pouring the concrete.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I know those people. All right, we got some sweet customers coming up over here. So we're gonna go check on them, and then we'll mosey on and do something else. All right, see y'all in a minute. All right, sweet friends, so we are back here in the patio area because we have several unique stone pieces back here that I want to show you. A couple that we have been using and love to death, and then one piece that we thought we were going to use, but have changed our minds. So let me just show you what we have. And all of this is just to kind of give you ideas on things that you could use. This big, beautiful thing, if you've watched us for any length of time, you know that we, of course, we're talking about using this Asian water bowl. That is what it's called. It's in the dark walnut, and we were going to turn it into a fountain. But I think we're going to go a different path. So we're going to take it over to the nursery and incorporate it into some of the flower beds there and possibly plant a hydrangea tree in it. So that is the Asian water bowl. And then, of course, some of my favorite ones that we have seen several times are on the ends caps of the seating wall, and these are the Weston urns. They are very clean and simple, very simple lines. Again, this is the dark walnut. We went with the dark walnut all back here so that it could really kind of play off of the stone that we have, but a nice, like I said, again, clean lines. Nice, simple, not ornate, but very beautiful. And then when we put them, the exact same pot on each of the end caps of the seating wall, it just really makes a nice statement. So I am loving those. Those have done fantastic. They do have enough of, as far as like holding the soil, clearly the plants are loving them so far and just doing really well. And then we have had, of course, the pineapple with the rope. We had one, and then, with this order, I got my other one to match. So we have two of them. Again, the pineapples are signs of Southern hospitality. So there we go. And then another new addition that we have from this order is because it's a bird bath. And I am a definite bird lover. Like, I love my songbirds. I just really enjoy having them and hearing them and seeing them, watching them feed at the feeders. So we have this spot that is right off of our front porch. Give you an idea here. I'll tell you this. So this tree, people have asked about this. It is a redwood tree. We've had it for about 12 years now. So it is in the yard. And then we have our 3 Natchez crepe myrtles. So there is 1, 2, 3. And in all 3 of those trees, I have bird feeders. And right now, in the winter especially, we have a lot of the Carolina chickadees. They're one of my favorite little songbirds. They're out there. Of course, if I get close, they're going to fly away. But cardinals and tufted titmouses and all sorts of things. So with having the bird feeders right here off of our front porch, we can see them, went ahead and decided to put the bird bath here. So you can see it right there. This is the palmetto bird bath in light walnut. And all my little friends, sorry guys, I'll be gone in just a minute and you can come back and eat. By having it here, I thought it just made the most sense, right? Because we've got the bird houses here, not bird houses, bird feeders, and they can come and they can eat and they can have water. Obviously, you can tell we're going to need to do a little bit of extra leveling because you can tell the water shows that it's not completely level, but it's just again, simple, but yet has detail to it, really pretty. And then we can see them, of course, when we're sitting on the porch. But there they are, and I love, because inside the crepe myrtles, we have all the little birds. Did not know, I always called them black cap chickadees, but we actually have the Carolina chickadees. And there they go. So, can you hear them? Oh, I love that little sound. Hopefully you can hear them. That's one of my favorite sounds of winter. but the chickadees actually will grab their food and then fly away and eat it in the tree. They do not eat at the feeder. So a little side note for you there. All right, so in case you're wondering what these sticks are right here throughout the bed, those are my perennial hibiscus. I like to wait until they're completely dyed back. If you can see, there is a little bit of green still on the stems, and in fact, that one is trying to bloom. So I like to wait until they're completely brown, and then I will cut them to the ground. So that gives you a little bit of idea on that. There's our sweet little friends. They're hungry. It has been cold. And I just use black oiled sunflower seeds. That seems to be the best for us around here as far as feeding a variety of birds, and they love it. So there's our sweet little friends. All right, I could sit here all day, but y'all probably want to move on to another spot. The one statue that we have of unique stone, Jerry says, you know, having people in my yard is just a little freaky. So, which I can't really argue with him, but this sweet little girl, this is Bashful Betty. And my grandmama's name was Betty. It's my mama's mama. And so I just think Bashful Betty is so sweet. And that's just my little ode to having grandmama in my garden. So this is sweet little Bashful Betty. She's only, gosh, maybe 24 inches tall. So nice and small and petite. Just a really sweet little girl. So we have her there. And then moving over, try to do this somewhat slowly. You can tell that we had a frost. Things are definitely dying back here. But if we swing around ever so slightly, and then coming over here to the places between our garden boxes, you will see that we have 4 urns. I want to say they're the Roman urns. If not, I'll put the right name up there. But there are 4. And I've had these all summer, but what we just did add on this order, because the urns they're not that tall, and they got lost in the boxes. So what we did is I went ahead and ordered the small panel pedestals. And so it raises them up just enough to give them a little bit of presence. We can see them. They've got the yellow violas in them, and it just makes a little bit more of a statement because it brings them up and you can actually see them, which I really like. And of course, in the summertime, I have them planted as well. And then one more sweet thing that we did add, and this is not, the spot is correct, but the placement as far as the positioning is not finalized. This is the southern bench and the southern round bench. Oh gosh, y'all, I'll get the names right. They'll be up on the screen for you. So when their benches come, they are in 3 pieces. So the legs are separate than the top. It is not quite level. The legs are not in the exact position, but we put this in here as a little bit of a last minute. But what I love is it has, again, not super ornate, pretty simple, but it seats really, really well. And so I have it between, there's a crepe myrtle right here, and then right here are the giant loropetalums. And when I sit, let me flip it around. Let me show you the view on this spot. So there's the view, right? Okay, so just say, forget the camper. It's normally not there. It needs to be put up. But this is a great little view, right? So now you can really see those urns really well. We can see the garden boxes. The little limes are right beside of me. The house, out into the field, the nursery. And I do have a little suet feeder that I need to fill up for my birds right here. So this is just kind of a little bit of a different look of the garden. Nice and up high, a great view underneath the crepe myrtle, get a little shade, wonderful. And then there is one last piece that I want to show you. The last piece that I'm going to show you for today are these urns on top of, again, a nice, smooth, clean pedestal. We have one on each side of the garage. Again, nice and easy, low maintenance, but makes a nice impact. I knew that with these urns, I needed to bring it up a little bit higher than just having them straight on the ground, because of this wall is kind of big, and I needed a bit of more of a presence. In the spring and summer, I had only one Super Tunia Vista bubblegum in these containers, and oh my goodness, they were stunning. I just wanted to show you these different pieces of unique stone that we have throughout our yard. Of course, we've been incorporating more over the last year and a half really with them. And again, it's not about unique stone per se, but it's about adding character and different dimensions and different containers, little different elements into your garden. So it doesn't have to be unique stone, although we love unique stone. That doesn't have to be it. So the whole idea is to find pieces that you love and put them in your garden, so that way you can incorporate a little bit of a different element, different heights, different colors, different textures into your garden space. And so whatever makes you get out into your garden more, then that's what you want to incorporate, whether it's some fun, funky bird feeders, or a neat bench, or just some sort of piece of art. Whatever it is that speaks to you, that makes you enjoy your space more, that's the whole idea, right? That's the point, is to get out and enjoy your space, to be a student of your own garden, and to be just part of nature, and to sit back and relax, breathe deeply for a moment, and just sit back and look at what you have done. But for now, we're gonna wrap it up. It is a Saturday afternoon. Jenny is ready for her hot cup of coffee and a hot bath. It has been quite a chilly day, but a fun day. We've gotten a lot of stuff done. I know that a lot of it didn't make it on camera, but it's kind of hard to film when you're dealing with, helping customers and visiting with customers. So anyway, great day at the nursery. As always, thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.